On the Irish migration front, folks, it's the 16th of June 2025. On the Irish migration front, we have Taoiseach Micheál Martin, who referred to ordinary Irish people like myself as mongrels. We're mongrels. I'll tell you what he thinks. And he was at a function one time where a person I know, a strong Fianna Fáil supporter, was talking to him, and he says, I don't know why they made me leader. We were a real British royalist family. I don't know. Sorry, had he anyone belonging to him in the independence wars or anything? So he calls us mongrels. Now, meanwhile, up in the north, the police have referred to the crowd rioting in Ballymena as racist. And I have made the point, how can you be a racist when you don't know who's in there? If you're rioting against someone, how can you be? You'd have to know the nationality. And I've always asked the question about racism. Is it racism to have a hatred of your own country people? Does anyone want to, any of you smart fellas and lefties, you want to give it an attempt to answer that? I won't jump down your throat in that way. Now, anyone that wants to, feels that there's something they'd like to air on my channel, and I'm very tight about what I let onto it. I'm not letting it expand into chemtrails and that stuff, because we have several immediate problems, and we can't just go all over. If I start campaigning against everything, just like Greta Thunberg, you dilute your cause. You understand that. However, if there's somebody knows a lot about something, they can contact me, although I don't deliberately court people contact me, because every day people ring me. I lose an hour every day due to my activities, and time is scarce to me. I have nearly 11,000 subscribers, and a lot of them would love to get a chat, but it's not easy to fit that in. Now, and that's the fact of being a farmer, but that makes my case all the stronger, in my opinion. I'm not sitting around a keyboard. So, but if somebody knows something in particular, I would listen to what they say, make a careful note, and say, right, I'll give them a name, John Henry so-and-so, was on to me, and I've checked him out, and he seems to be all right, or checked her out, and this is what he has to say, that he saw such a thing happening, or something like that. And, that's the way. You don't have to identify people, because I never identify people. Very few people will come on a channel like this, because it's seen as bad for careers and all of that, so you're not going to get that too much. In any event, we live in hope, as it were, and it's interesting times. The destruction of our country is continuing, there's no doubt about that. I can't go to every immigration meeting. I can keep my videos going, and if there's someone here who feels that immigration is a good thing and that I'm totally wrong, well, they can contact me, and I'll see what they have to say. I believe in Ballymena, one thing which I consider very, very sad, and I'd ask it to stop, where people came over here from the Philippines, or came to the north from the Philippines, are working quietly there. Maybe she's a care assistant in the local rest or nursing home, and he's out driving a bus. I mean, and they're here legally, and they're living in Ballymena. What are you gaining from bombing them or putting their houses on fire? That's not our way at all. I am for controlled migration with proper assessment, and I'm totally against what the EU is doing. They're picking people who they know will be contrary to our interest, and they're going to bring in at least another 40,000 in the next 12 months, in my view. But anyway, that's the thing. I'd ask the people in Ballymena if I have any credence up there. I don't pick ordinary people just because they weren't born in Ireland. I mean, they're just plodding along. They're doing the best they can, and their kids at school and all of that. If there's people of a particular religion which hates us, and they're shouting Ali Akbar and death to the Orangemen, well, then you can go and protest, I suppose. But I wouldn't do it against ordinary innocent people. That's tough. That's hard to take, and life is hard enough without doing that. So, folks, with that now, and I think it's for nearly 5 minutes. With that little plea, I'll let you go, and that it's time to get back to work. There's never a spare minute at all. I had calves last night. 2 of my heifers calved, 2 young heifers calved, and a heifer and a bull, both out of short-horn sires. And I went in and I got a bit of milk and a few things, and I had her in the shed now. And I came home, she had dropped them. And I had a pair of good pants on. And I went over and had to lift him up and get him over and get him a bit of a suck for himself in the gym. And I had to have to wash my pants now again with all kinds of washing powder and hot water and get them out to dry. And this evening, but the way I looked ahead, I could go up and change into old rough things or put on some kind of pull-ups. But then maybe she'd lie on the calf or walk on him. So you see, the calf's worth a lot more than a pair of pants any day. I'm just putting that in as a wee anecdote. We'll see you back soon. We'll see you soon, folks. Thank you very much. Bye.